Hi everyone. I am not sure if this is working. Can anyone just say if you can see me? It said that it's not going live. Um, can you just raise your hands, please? Hello, Carly, that's you, hey? Okay, I am accepting that I am. Hello. Okay, so I'm live. We are proceeding with what's happening here. I just want to welcome everyone that's tuning in. I'm so excited that you are sharing with us our first online support group. I really just want you to relax and enjoy our time together. I hope you got something. I've got my coffee. I am not sure if I'm going to get to it, but I hope you have something. Hello, Zelda. Hello, Marita. It's nice to see you here. Hello, Nicole. Nice to see you. Okay, so I just wanted to let you guys know what Parent Reality is about. The first, time when we started this, we really just felt that when our kids were diagnosed, that's me and Niku Liebenberg, we never had support from parents, and we were journeying alone. And we just felt, that is so unnecessary. I really think we all need some friends to just talk to who understand, who is unsure and not knowing always what to do when you receive diagnosis for your child. So that is how Parent Reality started. And our main aim is really to connect parents with each other. We want you guys to be able to speak to each other and to not feel alone. And that's why also we have tonight is that to know that you are in a safe space here. Everyone on this group are either parents themselves or they have a very special heart for parents with special needs kids, and they really just want to help. Okay, so feel welcome and please participate. Thank you for commenting already. Marnie, it's nice to see you here. So what I thought I'd do first tonight is just to share my story with you guys and just to tell you what happened to us. It's not going to be all the detailed version, because it can be a very long story. But I thought I'd just share just to let you know what our story is. So we fell pregnant and my first son was born in 2005. We had a normal pregnancy. It was without any meds, so it was a bit traumatic, but nothing was weird in the pregnancy. And Johannes was born, and everything went well. Hello, Susan. And so the first thing that happened to me that was strange is that he just kept on crying, and he was crying and we couldn't fix the crying. He was either hungry and we couldn't get the hunger sorted, or he was cramping and we couldn't get the cramping sorted, and then he was just crying, so and not sleeping. We went on with this. We just thought, as it might, it's just something. It's a baby. It's a difficult baby. Maybe, we all just difficult people. Then my daughter was born in 2007, and her labor was wonderful. It was with the epidural, and everything went great. And we just, carried on. Johannes wasn't happy with the arrival of his sister, but everything went well, and the first 1 or 2 months was actually great and quiet. But then from the third month it started. It was screaming and it was cramping, and it was just unhappiness, never feeling like you can get your baby to be happy. So we just thought, okay, another difficult baby. But there was times where I thought, this cannot be normal. But I must say, you don't know what to do about it, so you just carry on and you try your best, and you hope that you are not failing as a parent, as I'm sure you know. Then in 2009, we had a very interesting arrival, which is my third son. And my daughter was 18 months. So it was fast. It was a lot. Emma wasn't walking at 18 months. She was not talking at 18 months. And for some reason, we were still okay with that. We just kept on going. Hello, Fiona. It's nice to see you. And as I was struggling with 3 kids, babies, I remember myself blocking out times. I was carrying on, not knowing what exactly am I doing, and if we are surviving, I didn't know. I just carried on. And then my father-in-law's wife came to me, and she mustered all the courage that she had, and she just said, I think you must take him off for evaluation, because she is not socializing with anyone, and she is not connecting with us. And I remember looking at her thinking, what are you talking about? She's just a baby. She just had a baby brother, you know. But that's where it started. We started doing evaluations, and we went to a few doctors. When at last, well, not at last, but a few months later, we got diagnosis, and it was for both. It was for Johannes. He had ADHD, quite severe, because by then he was still on kind of on nappies. And that was not good, but it was almost like I didn't know. It was too much at once. So he was still on nappies, Emma was on nappies, and I had a baby on nappies, and it was crazy. So we had the diagnosis, and then when he diagnosed Emma, it was the same day, the 2nd of October 2009. He also said she has quite severe autism. And I remember that day quite well. It's it's like being in a car accident. I'm sorry. It's and you don't know what to do, and you don't know what to think, and you don't know what will happen, and you don't know if you will die or if you'll survive. And I'm sure all of you have experienced that in some way. It's on some day or in some time. So I just wanted to tell you that you are not alone. There's lots of us experiencing these things. But we are okay, even though I'm crying. We are fighters, and we are warriors, and we fight for our children, and we fight for our families. And you that are listening in are amazing, and you have done so well up until now. Even if you don't feel that way, you have survived, I'm sure, therapies and doctors and medications and childhood, how can I say, failures when everyone else's children are developing and yours aren't. But I want to just thank you that you are still fighting for your child, and that you have not dropped everything and ran away, or that you have not given up, because that's why you're here tonight, I am sure. Okay, so that's my story. It's a bit dramatic. I didn't expect that. So tonight I just wanted to say that I think it's a good thing if we verbalize what we are feeling. If we can talk to each other, if you can write it down, if you can speak to someone that you trust, a good friend, if you can speak to your husband or your wife, it's all good, and it really helps. It helps us to process what we are going through, because in between all the fighting and the survival and the plans and the fixing, you need to be able to work on what you are going through, because then you are going to be able to help your child. So I want to encourage you that to try to have someone in your life that you can talk to. It's not always easy. That's exactly why we have the group, because we want people to feel safe to vent, and to know what they are, that what they say will be heard, and not just, gone astray, or it won't mean anything to anyone. Okay, so I just want to encourage you guys tonight to ask questions, and to maybe give some comments on how you have been feeling about just connecting with other people, or verbalizing what you are feeling. If there's anyone who has a question or a comment, you are very welcome to say that. I'm just going to be carrying on about verbalizing in between. So think of a comment or think of a question, and then we can share it with everyone. Okay, so I went and did a bit of research, and I saw that the UCLA people did a whole study about verbalizing emotions. It was already a while back, 2017, but what they found is that you actually just have that relief the moment you share, like I am feeling now. When you share and when you get it out, and that doesn't necessarily have to be to talk it out, it can be to just write it down. You relieve your emotional tension and pressure. I am a super journal person, so I journal every day, and I speak, to friends. Well, not always to friends, but to people I trust, about certain things when it comes to my kids, and it really helps me. Even though they're not going to give me an answer, but I could just get it out and say that I'm frustrated, and that I'm mad, and that I get angry, and I get disappointed, and it really helps the relief you have. Nicole is saying, it's very hard sometimes. My husband is also Asperger's. It's been very hard for him to accept. Abigail is their daughter. You know what? It is hard, and lots of the times there is, especially on the spectrum, there is people who it's the kids, and then the parents are also on the spectrum, and there's a frustration level in the house sometimes because of that. But I think what you should realize is that with your child that is on the spectrum, you have learned so much about this, that you are actually so equipped to know how to communicate with them. And even if you can't speak to your husband the way that you thought it would be, or the way you thought things would turn out, you have learned so much about that, to actually be able to communicate well with someone on the spectrum. So take that to heart, and use everything that you've learned in your family. It's hard. It's you don't always have predictable behaviors, and you don't always know what you're doing right or wrong. But take heart that you are equipped to actually handle this. She also says, sorry, I missed that one. Just want to go back. Also, can I ask, they have done research on healing or helping autism, but how much can we change by doing all the right things or control, and what can't we control and just accept? I think I'm not going to answer that question in terms of autism, but in terms of lots of conditions, a very important thing that I've realized is that, when we accept that our children will not necessarily be healed, and that we are in a certain situation that that there's another perspective that takes place. Um, we, we go into another stance of embracing the child that we have with the condition, without chasing fixing it and healing it and having a normal outcome. Because in our lives, and I'm sure each of you has seen that, you do not have a typical life, and that's okay. The moment we accept that, there's another level that takes place in our journey, and we will be going deeper. So I want to really encourage you to find out what you can and do what you can with what you have, but do not frustrate yourself by going on guilt trips maybe and thinking that I am not doing enough because my child is not healed. Just take heart and take slow steps with what you have in front of you and with the resources that you have. Okay, I'm moving on. Fiona, well, I think we all share a similar story. My story is long, but I will try and cut it short. I lost the twins in 1999, and then in 2000 I fell pregnant. Sorry, there's the lot. Okay, Fiona, I'm not going to go through the story now, but I'm thankful that you shared that. So every one of you read that. It's good to know, what everyone is going through. It's different stories, but it's so wonderful to learn from each other. I'm just carrying on. Yeah. Hello, Niku. Lekker om jou hier te hê. Nell Marie. Yeah, it's very hard if you have family and friends that do not understand what you're going through. And the other day I wrote a post about talking to or kind of explaining to someone how to support you. That really helps sometimes, because they don't know how to support you. They don't have an idea really what it is that you need. And for us, it's hard to verbalize what we need, because sometimes we don't even know what we need. But I've realized that, before I can get mad at them, I must maybe just tell them, please don't speak about that, because it really upsets me if you try to tell me what to do, because I've really tried, to do something, or I've researched this whole topic, and we have been to all the doctors. We really don't know what to do next. But thank you for trying to support me. But you can help me in this way. And I found with Parent Reality that there is so many people that actually want to help. They just don't know how. They're kind of desperate. When I speak to sponsors and that, and try to see who can help us with Parent Reality, they get this whole how can I say, sparkle in their eyes of, okay, great, just tell us what to do. We want to help these parents, because they know that our journeys are very unique, and they want to help, because this cannot be easy, but they just don't know what to do. So I want to encourage you that when you're in circles with friends and family, that you would tell them how they can support you, because that's really what they need. They need to know what to do. Some of them will not accept what you tell them, and that's also okay, but others will, and those ones we will embrace, and we will just walk a road with them, because I'm sure they will listen more to what you need to say. Okay, I'm just moving on. Okay, I don't know if I'm part of this discussion. I just want to make sure. I also just want to say that Fiona, the lady that's on the comments now, she also has a support group, and they are also friends who support each other. And it's wonderful to just know that, around there are people supporting each other and just looking out for each other. So if you ever feel like you're saying, yeah, if you're on this group and you wanna help others, let us know and we'll help you set it up. Because what I've also realized, sharing our journeys by helping someone else with what you went through, it also lightens the load. Because if you can just go to someone and tell them, you know what, this is not going to work. I've tried it. I really tried it, but it didn't work for us. It might work for you. So you can try it, but this was my experiences. People are really thankful, that you will help them cut short their journey, and not that they don't have to go around that mountain. They don't have to bang their heads against the wall with something that's not going to work. So lightening the load for friends are really also a way of lightening your load, paying it forward, just supporting someone else in the same situation. Okay. Marnie is here, and she said that she also have a few friends that went through phases of communicating and telling what they need. Once they, so the moment they told what they need, people could really support them. Okay, Susanna has a question. How do you let go to give your child the chance to experience life when you know that he may experience hurt from other children because they don't understand him or know him? That's hard, Susan. That's very hard, because our biggest, I think, any mommy's instinct is just protecting your young. You will eat whoever come near them and hurt them. So it is very hard. I think I know now that Jock is your only child, so I think it's maybe a bit harder for someone with only one child, because you only have this experience. There wasn't another child who went through it already and you saw, but he made it through. But I am personally currently in the stage of letting go, and with some kids it's easier than with others, but I have experienced quite a big reward in that regard, and I could see my child also experiencing that reward, because he could experience that I am trusting him more. I am trusting him more to make his own decisions, and that could be on any level with any child, that they, that they are giving the independence to make a decision, on their own, so they can see that you are trusting them to do that, and that I don't think can be bad for any child. Yes, there are certain things you always have to look out for, and you always have to make sure that emotionally they are not, how can I say, targeted, bullied, and really badly hurt. But letting go is a good thing. I really think that's a very natural process, so give it a go on what level you can, and even if it's in small phases, just letting go is good. And Audrey's here. She is from the UK. She's my sister-in-law. So I just want to welcome her. And she says it's so good to share other parents' experiences. It makes us feel we are not alone. I know there in the UK, you guys have things differently, and they also go through other processes with doctors and meds and everything. But it's so nice to have you here and to know, we are all in this boat together. We keep on paddling, and you are doing well. Is there anyone else who has a specific question, or comment that you wanted to give about this online group, or about where you are at now as you are here? I'm going to give you a moment to think about it, and I'm going to have a sip of my coffee. I hope that's okay. Okay, it's a bit quiet. Friends, I am gonna start finishing off then, and I'm just gonna leave you with the last thought of saying that you are really special and you are doing well, and be good to yourself, be kind to yourself, find ways to encourage yourself the way you encourage your friends, the way you encourage your children, the way you encourage your husband, the way you encourage your wife, because you need that encouragement, and you can't let go and to the thoughts that you are not winning and that you are a failure as a parent and that nothing is working, because that's not the truth. The truth is you are doing well. So I am going to say good night. I hope you enjoyed it. Sorry about all the drama earlier. I really appreciate all of you. Okay, there's one more question I see. How does your child's sibling handle him or her? Yeah, I must tell you, I'm gonna speak quietly, because if they hear me, they might be angry. But they fight a lot. It's terrible. My oldest and my middle child, they really fight, and we are really working on that at this stage. And I don't have all the answers, but I have thought of therapy to actually let them do play therapy together or something. Today I did a little experiment. I let them build the Checkers shop thing that they can get at Checkers together, and it went well for a bit, and then they started tearing each other up, So I don't know. I don't always have the answers to this, but I will keep on trying, and I will keep on praying that there is an answer and that they would understand each other better. I think teenager years are different and difficult. My oldest is 13 now, and my second child is almost 12. So it's hard. We are really trying to just cope with it. My youngest is quite good. He is neurotypical, and he has more patience, I must say. That goes off a bit better. But we are working on it, and I'm saying that we at Parent Reality are also thinking of doing sibling workshops, because I think we all really need it, and we really need to just work on those poor children that have no idea and clue why they're sitting with a sibling that isn't normal, and why the parents are freaking out all the time. So we'll get there. I'm just saying. Okay, friends, this is it. I'm signing off. Have a wonderful evening. The next online support meeting that I'm planning is in 2 weeks from now. So I will set up the date later and give you all the information again. If you have anyone else that you want to refer to this group, or later on maybe we're also thinking about Zoom groups that we can all speak together, let us know, give us comments and ideas. I'll welcome that. Yes, I'm very thankful that you guys listened in and that you enjoyed this, and I can see all the great feedback. So be blessed. Have a good evening. Bye bye.